guys, let me tell you how my client, she came in today for a sewing and she refused to allow me to use a net. I cannot stand doing a sewing without a net. For one, I don't really have anywhere to really sew. I'm like trying to find spaces to sew. It's too many spaces. When you have a net, you can sew any and everywhere. When you have a net, it's less tension on the client's hair and scalp. When I'm using a net, I can sew faster. It is just so difficult to do a sewing for me. I don't know about anyone else, but once I used the net, it was like genius. It was like, who invented this? Typically the weaving net was really used for clients who didn't have hair. So if a client had hair loss around her hairline and she wanted to get a sew-in, typically she would have to get a glue in because she didn't have anything to catch. You have to have some type of foundation to be able to sew. And with the net also, I'm just able to sew any and everywhere. And I'm able to take the tension off of my client's hair and scalp. But this particular client right here, she do not play with me. She will not allow me to put a net on her. Her reason is I can't get to my scalp. It's just too much. So, hey, as the hairstylist, I have to try to meet her needs as best I can. So it took me longer. I struggle a lot. Like right now, as you looking at what I'm doing, if you can just chime in on that, I'm sewing on top of the same track. I'm sewing on top of the same track because if I sew it towards the other hairs that's in front or behind, it's gonna leave a gap. So I had to put my thinking cap on and really think this thing through as I was sewing down her hair extensions. It was just it was really frustrating. I'm not gonna be dishonest about it, but I smiled and I worked diligently and I did not show my client that I was a little frustrated. I got through it. And so what I did was normally I will sew her closure down first and I will sew her closure towards the front. But this time I wanted to go around in a circle so that I could create a fuller look around her front. And she fought me on that. She didn't want me to do that, but I had to tell her, look, I'm the stylist. I know what I'm doing. I know what look you're looking for. Please trust the process. And she began to say, okay, like, let my hair not be right. And I'm not going to pay you the full price. That's what she might as well say, because that's the look that she had on her face. So, so I went ahead and I continued to sew and I continued to struggle. And then I took her closure, and the first thing she said was, now, where's my closure going to sit? And I'm like, it's going to sit exactly where it's supposed to sit. Your hair is going to come out the same way that it normally comes out. It's just going to look better. It's going to look fuller. And when I said the word fuller, she said, I don't want my hair real full. And I said, it's not going to be too full. And if it is, I can always thin it out. I was trying to explain to my client, I can always go in and thin it out after it's all sewn down. But if I don't make it full and I go in and try to add hair, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but when I try to add hair to my client's sewing, it becomes more difficult. Now I'm creating a mess because the placement is off. I can't, it's like difficult to go inside and sew a track or two or three and everything is the foundation is off. I just can't explain it, but I like to do things the right way the first time so that way I don't have to go back in and redo anything or add anything. And so what I'm doing now is I'm sewing her closure down. I'm creating that flat look because she wants a bang. She wants to have like a bang in the front and she wants her back cut up and she doesn't really want to see a lot of forehead. And so this was the technique that I thought would have been the best route to take. And she is upset with me, but I just kept working and we just kept talking and I kept on trying to distract her from what I was doing. But my client been getting this done for years by me. So I thought now by now she would at least trust the process, trust me to know that I'm not gonna stare her the wrong way. But she was like going back and forth. So what? So is it gonna be too thick? It's feeling too thick. It's looking too thick. She kept looking in the mirror. I was trying to keep her turned from the mirror. So guys, now that I'm sewing her closure now, once I get that completely sewed down, and as you can see when I started off, I sewed the closure directly to that last row of track around the front. So that was good because I had that as an anchor to sew. That was a foundation for me to sew. So that kind of took up some of the space where she didn't have hair. So that was good. And now I'm just going to continue to go around in a circle. Just going to continue to go around in a circle. Another thing I did, guys, is I didn't double her hair right away. I singled everything until I kind of got to the top. And then I started to double her track. And so now she's looking in the mirror saying it's too full. And I'm trying to explain to her, once I spray you down and cut the hair up, if it's still too full, I can go in and thin it out. See, that's the beauty of making the hair too full. You can always just thin it out and then have the desired look by just kind of taking some of the weight of it out. And so at this point, I'm going in and just cutting her hair up in the back. And now she's asking me, well, do you need to see the picture? And I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't need to see the picture. I remember. And she said, all right, let me be quiet. And I'm thinking to myself, please do. But I ain't say that out loud. So she continued to sit there and let me cut her hair. Now she's feeling a little better about this process because she kind of like peeking and looking and peeking and looking. But she's still saying it's still a little too thick. And I told her, I said, don't worry about it. Once I'm done cutting it, and before I can finish it, she said, you gonna put layers in it? I said, yes, ma'am, I'm doing that now. And she said, oh, all right, let me be quiet. And I'm thinking to myself, please just sit back and relax. But I ain't say that. So she sat there and she let me do what I had to do. All she asked me to do towards the end was, can you just thin it out a little bit? And I said, sure, I'll thin it out for you. But I think it looked really nice on her. It's nice and full. The curl pattern is nice. It looks nice on her face. And guys, she really don't want to be filmed, so she keeps trying to take her face away from the camera because she really doesn't want to be on camera. That looks really nice on her. Everything falls nice and natural. I love this on her. And now she gave me a little smile, so that let me know that she's okay. It's not too bad. And you know what she gonna do? She gonna go home or she gonna get in the car and she gonna be staring at it, gonna be picking. And then eventually, hopefully she get a compliment. She just say, I love it now. But guys, let me know what y'all think about her look. Look how she just put that. No, she didn't just put that mirror up. I'm gonna fight her. Let me know if y'all think that her hair is too thick. Let me know if you think it should have been thinned out more. I think I thinned it out a little. I think her bang could have been a little thicker. But hey, overall, I think it looks nice on her. Yeah. Look like I got one side a little bit longer. But oh well. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, guys. And please like and share this video. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified every time I do a live or I post a video. Thanks for watching.